And as has been the case all week, our team on the ground in Stilfontein is tracking that story. Rifilwe Seboko and Ziniko Mhlaba are both on various angles. Rifilwe, let's begin with you, and perhaps as a response to what that lawyer has said, that the people are trapped underground in that illegal mine in Stilfontein. What is the sense that you're getting there?
Well, the sense is that, Michelle, remember that there has been an argument on whether these suspected illegal miners are indeed trapped, or they just refuse to come to surface because they are trying to evade being arrested. And that is why, you are seeing this conversation going, but also saying that some who believe that they are trapped because they don't have enough energy to come on their own. And hence the call that has been made that they should be sent food, water, amongst others, a medication, something that they will be able to, have and get the energy for them to resurface. Even when help is being sent underground, they can be able to be strong enough so that they can, come to the surface. But like you said, with law enforcement being resolute and remaining adamant that whether help is being sent underground for them to get medication, food or water, as soon as they get to the surface, they will be arrested. Those that need medical attention, they will be given that medical attention. Those that will need to be sent to the hospital, they will be sent to the hospital under police guard. And when they have now are strong enough, they will then go be detained and also go to court so that they can be charged accordingly. But let's, we've had various reaction into what is unfolding here in Stilfontein, Michelle. And my guest now, it is Madoda Sambata from the South African Communist Party Secretary in the Northwest Province. Thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. The take of SACP, Dr. Sambata, with regards to what is happening here and what has been unfolding all along.
Thank you very much for hosting us. First, as the SACP, we support the program of government of Operation Vala Umgodi, which is meant to close all the holes where illegal mining is used as an access. But here in Stilfontein, you have two contradictory views that are made to be same. Police are responsible for closing holes of the mines as Operation Vala Umgodi. Illegal miners are going in the same shafts to do illegal mining. So what you needed necessarily here is not a confrontation of government and any other person. You need a central person or people who can talk to them underground, who understand them, who are closer to them, as a basis to convince them to take a decision that they are going to come out. That's when any attempt to rescue them is going to succeed. It would be because they have themselves accepted to be rescued. As things stand, you can send any proper rescue activity to them. For as long as they are not convinced on reasons why they must come out, they will not get up. So the best option is, whilst people are looking to rescue mode, people must be negotiating with them and then having them as agreeing. Once they agree, it would be a very easiest mission as we speak. They know it's an activity they do underground which is illegal. That's why they are in illegal mining. And in actual fact, we must also call for South Africans not to combine them with artisanal and small-scale miners. Artisanal and small-scale miners are not illegal and they are not part of Zamazamas. This component is the one that is people who are owning, not known where they are, is the one that we don't know where the sales are, is the one that the people we are attempting to go and rescue are not necessarily the owners. Therefore, they must be convinced on the reasons why they must be rescued. And once a rescue action starts, they are going to come out easily for as long as they agree. If they don't agree, all of us must not lie. If they don't agree to come out, they will not come out. But it will then be dangerous and very risky to send officials of government in any form to go to them, because it may then be confrontational. But as we speak, you needed government to play a role on their taking out. But in this instance, we must not be tempted to argue on the statement of Minister Chavini and on the statement of Minister Mandash. Both ministers are correct because the last decision of government is to close all the shafts and all the holes to prevent illegal mining. So where they are from an prism of a decision to close and then deal with illegal miners as criminal activity.
But what do you have to say to those who are saying, they are trapped, but also they are saying they are there willingly so and refusing to be surfaced because they are afraid of being arrested?
No, I will not say they are trapped. Remember, their activity is there where they are. And the only reason that has prompted this intervention we're talking about now, it's on the basis of the closure of the access of food and water underground. So if there's food and water going there, you'll never hear anybody saying they're trapped. Being trapped is an argument to want assistance. But in this instance, the assistance they want is not necessarily to be taken out. Is to have access to food and water. And guess what? Once that starts, they will not come out because they are busy with their activity of illegal mining.
And now we have seen the rescue expert being sent. What do you have to say about that? But also seeing the community that has been on the forefront seems to be taking a back seat.
No, the community has to be cautioned, to be cool, and then they allow those that are involved in the process of rescuing. And only in the community, the people that must be here, is the ones who can help break communication barriers. Those that can talk to them directly to help established authorities to engage them. Once they agree, I still insist, once they agree that they must come out, it is going to be easier. It may take less than a full day once they agree. For as long there's no consent on them that they want to come out, it will be difficult for anyone to claim that is going to rescue them, because you're rescuing people who are told they're trapped. They're not trapped. The reason they're underground is because their work is underground. The only problem that makes us to be here is because their work is illegal and their work is not permitted by any law. That's why they must be found and brought outside. Here, even to accuse the police to be responsible of closing the holes, police are working on implementation of a government policy that says close holes of all non-functional mines. And this mine is one of them. But unfortunately, the last owner of this mine is still around Klerksdorp mining. As the SACP, once this thing subsides and these people are out, we're going to go to the owner and say to the owner, it's wrong for you to keep quiet when we are told as a nation that this mine has no owner. It does as a mine. The owner still mines in Klerksdorp today as we speak.
Thank you so much for your time. The owner of the mine, Michelle, still mines in Klerksdorp as we speak. That is according to Secretary of SACP in the Northwest Province, Madoda Sambata.
Zineko Mhlaba, thanks for that, Refilwe. Zineko, from your vantage point, I mean, is it as simple as one or the other? Are the mine workers stuck underground, or are they willfully staying underground to avoid arrest?
That's a very, very important and interesting question, Michelle, which has not been answered, by both sides. And of course, if you are asking government, especially police, they will tell you that indeed illegal miners underground are seemingly refusing to come out willingly because they do not want to be, arrested. And of course, if you talk to community members and community leaders, they are saying that those people do not have the capacity, those people are hungry, those people are not in good health conditions to be able to come out. So that's something that depends on who you ask as far as the answer you are seeking. So we also understand, Michelle, that this is very complicated. This is just an isolated mini problem, according to some civil organizations on the ground, and one of those is SANCO, an organization that is representing ordinary South Africans across the country. Now I'm going to bring in Ubhuti Mzoki, who is the spokesperson of SANCO here in the Northwest, just to give us more context about this issue of illegal mining in the Northwest Province general, but also how this incident reflects the broader problems of this particular province, especially when it comes to illegal mining. Mhlekazi, thank you very much for your time. We've been here for almost 2 weeks now, but you believe that we are just targeting a minor problem. This issue is beyond what we see here.
Thank you very much. We've been here for actually more than 2 weeks, and what we are facing here is far worse than you think. The issue of illegal mining in Northwest it's at its peak, and the only people that we can take this blame to is DMRE as the custodians of mining operations in general. What is interesting is that our focus is deflected and pushed to these small illegal miners who are regarded as zamazamas, who are mining at a very small quantities, who are actually just fighting for particles of these minerals. But we turn a blind eye on the real zamazamas, the elite, these ones who are actually having machineries, who are mining illegally. They are not regarded as zamazamas. I don't know how do they call them, but they are all doing the same illegal mining, which makes them zamazamas as well.
So can you give us more context into the point that you just mentioned, that there are illegal mining operations that are taking place in the province at a larger scale? What are we looking at? What are you referring to? Because we've been focusing, talking about illegal miners that are currently underground, but you're mentioning people are doing it at a much larger scale. What are we discussing? What are you referencing to?
Look, DMRE, wherever they are, they know exactly what I'm referring to. We've got mines that are mining illegally. They do not have papers or relevant documentations to allow them to continue to do the mining. But they are mining in a broad daylight, openly. And they are taking those minerals in trucks. You will see these 34-ton trucks moving up and down, and they are even escorted. But as to why is it that they are not regarded as zamazamas, it's very interesting. Yeah. Our focus is really deflected on these small illegal miners. We are not saying what they are doing is correct by any chance. It's wrong. But let us not choose. Let us not be selective in terms of who we say is wrong. We must deal with illegal mining within the province holistically. We must not be selective. We have these mines, they're all over. Come to Klerksdorp, which is where we are. You will find a lot of them. Yeah. There are those ones who buy farms, and a person would buy a farm knowing that there are minerals there, and they just start mining. Yeah. And those cases have been brought to the attention of DMRE, but as to how far are they with investigating such cases, if they are even investigating them, it's another topic. But we find it very interesting that we must all focus on these small scale. I don't even want to call it small scale mining. They are literally, you see them coming out with plastic bags, your checkers plastic bags and sport bags. And then you want us to ignore the ones who are actually using trucks in taking these minerals. Now, between the two of them, who is a bigger thief than the other? Yeah. I agree, they are both thieves. But why are we not focusing on this fat one, on this one who's actually doing much damage? So if we are going to be dealing with illegal mining, we must deal with illegal mining holistically, but we must not choose.
Okay, let's bring it back to where we are, Mhlekazi, where we're dealing with people who are underground currently. These gentlemen are committee members where you have a representation as an organization. These are the people who have been called out by authorities in terms of calling them out, in terms of stopping these illegal minorities, at a very smaller scale, as you are saying. But what is it that is not being done in communities in terms of adhering to the calls by government, in terms of adhering to the calls to desist from all these criminal acts, whether at a smaller scale or at a bigger scale? Why is it that there's a persistence from community members in terms of encouraging or seemingly encouraging these illegal mining to be taking place. What's happening there? Are you playing your part as an organization to ensure that you also help in keeping these illegal activities?
You know, we are with our people every day, because the reality is that these people who are doing this illegal mining are community members. By virtue, they are our people. The reality is that we have these mines which were closed, which you were told there are no minerals left. But if you've got 10,000 people going down there and coming out with some minerals and actually use that in terms of taking care of their families, that should say to you as the government, that simply means there is something that these people are going down to get down there. So the only thing that we feel should then be done is either we try and legalize the operations and make them a bit safer in curbing unemployment. There are a lot of contributory factors which lead to what is happening. Our province is leading in terms of unemployment. Poverty is skyrocketing. So those are the contributory factors that are actually pushing these people to to keeping on doing this illegal mining. We are condoning it.
Asibulele mhlakazi uxolo kokukhatha siphelele ixesha enkosi kakhulu ixesha lakho sawuphela sincokole kwamhlambe ngomso. Thank you very much, sir. That's Mr. Mzogisi Jembe, who speaks for the SANCO here in the North Province, just giving us insights in terms of some of what he alleges are bigger problems when it comes to illegal mining here in the Northwest. It's back to you, Michelle.